All right, guys, it's Saturday and we have a brand new Time to Buy with Zach, although it's a special edition. They're all books picked by the princess. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back, Gainers, to another incredible, exciting, fantastic episode of ComicGains. If you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and this is Star Trek Princess Aurora Heights, looking very lovely day, just like usual. So bow down, respect. There's Coco. All hail the mighty Coco.
So beam me up, Scotty. We're ready to go. All right, guys. So like I said, today is Saturday, and we rock our Saturdays with Time to Buy with Zach. And how Time to Buy works, if you're new to our Saturday show, is usually the princess and myself pick out trending graded comics that we're really interested in learning about, how Zach feels the market is treating these books and whether or not it's a good time to buy them, because a lot of other people are buying them, or if he might think it's just a trend that we shouldn't be thinking about. But we thought we'd give a special twist to this one, and we wanted to get books that the princess is speculating on, likes, and she thinks is trending. So all 5 of these, I was holding up 3 fingers. All 5 of these books were chosen today by the princess. I didn't have to do any extra work besides just taking some notes is all I got to do. But yeah, so we got a really cool episode. We're all going to get your guys' opinion in the comments down below. Let us know what you think about princesses speculation books. But before we do that, Zach is going to enlighten his belly.
Yeah, with a nice drink. This is a Pepsi Nitro. It's draft cola, nitrogen-infused cola with only 230 calories. Buy now. No, we're not sponsoring that. Yeah, but this is what it looks like. We saw this in the movie theater. I'm like, I want to try this. We hunted. We finally found it. You know, Princess tried it. She didn't really like it that much. It was okay. It's kind of like flat, apparently. But let me try it again. I think this
Whoa.
It's a lot fresher. You can hear it. Whoa, this is like supernatural, or scientifically, or UFO-y.
Out of a soda?
Oh yeah, this tastes a lot better. I think they just got this one in, so it's certified fresh. And someone here is not a 0.2 because there's no alcohol. It's just Fast and the Furious in here, okay? Because nitro. Because they use nitro to...
I got you.
All right, let's get into comics.
I see the connection. We're back to comics. All right, guys. We're getting back at the comics here.
It's a lot better.
So we have 5 trending graded comics, all chosen by the princess. So first up, right off the bat, we have Hell Arisen, number 3, Year of the Villain from 2020. Now, she's going with regular cover A. We only have the variant one to show you guys, but Princess was actually choosing regular cover A on this one. So this one came out in 2020. Steve Epting and James Tynan IV are the creative group on this book. But this is the first full appearance of Punchline. Obviously, you've got Batman 89 is the cameo, which is also a pretty big book. But I think it's kind of fun that this is sort of an obscure title, too. It's not in any of the regular run. Like, what's, Year of the Villain? It's kind of crazy. Hell Arisen, they give, her first full appearances in this book. Really cool. This book was really exciting when it came out. Everyone was, really pumped for Punchline. They thought great things were going to happen. I think great things are still to come. Yes. Definitely things kind of dropped off a little bit. She definitely could have made our drop list a few weeks back or a few months ago or so. But on a side note, there is a 2nd and 3rd print of this book. Be aware they have a different colored background. I think there's like a gray one and a more red one or something like that.
Yeah, more red, yes.
Surprisingly enough, both of those books have gone up in value. They're both well above double cover price, which is kind of cool because they were kind of throwaway books for a little while, and now they're way above cover price, which is really cool. There is that one. The variant cover is also a fun book that's done by Riccardo Federici, so keep a lookout for that one. I would say the good speculation for this book is she is getting her own title again. It's going to be called Punchline: The Gotham Game. Is coming out soon, so that's a good sign that things more to come for Punchline. And I think she's also going to become a new member of the Legion of Doom.
Oh, that's very cool.
That's kind of exciting. So I think it's a good speculation, but let's hear what Zach's got to say. What do you think about picking this book up in a 9.8?
Recent sales for CGC 9.8 is $147.50 to $155. Pretty respectable for a very new book. There's 3,191 CGC 9.8s, 2,873 are universal, 315 are signature series. 0 qualified, and weirdly enough, 3 restored. Okay?
That's weird.
There's 4,164 total graded of cover A. I thought maybe I might as well look at cover B. There's only 424 CGC 9.8s and
really?
Yeah.
Of the other cover?
Yeah.
Oh,
of the
wow.
one that we showed.
That's limited.
And 574 of them are. There's only 574 total graded, so a lot of them are 9.8s out of the total graded. I would say this is a pretty decent buy. I mean, $150 basically for a 9.8. I mean, this is gonna be a long spec. It's gonna be real long.
Real long.
I mean, the comparable they can do is Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically not the same character. They have their own kind of perks, things interesting about them. But you know how long that book took out.
Took Harley like what, 6 years, 7 years to get big, if not longer.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be very similar to the situation, and there's probably a lot more of them. So, I mean, I could see this book being $500 comparably to what it would be, like, comparably for Harley Quinn. But, yeah, I would say buy this. It's not a terrible spec at all.
Yeah.
Not terrible at all.
Agree, yeah.
Who knows what could happen.
Think she could be going places.
Yeah, very well.
All right. Okay, next up on Princess's list, and I think this is a book we've been beating like a dead horse, but you have War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas #1. You've heard us talk about this many, many, many times. This came out in 2019. Billy Tan and Greg Pak is the group that worked on this book. Obviously, you guys know first appearance of Luna Snow, Crescent Low, Arrow, Wave, and first cover of Swordmaster. This is overall like a ridiculously cool book. I think it took a while to catch a little bit of steam, and it stayed at that $20 price range, and then all of a sudden it kind of took off a little bit, and then it kind of went back down to where it was before, and it's kind of staying steady. There was like some hint that this is a book that like Kevin Feige was planning on doing, a team he was planning on putting together. I don't think we got anything like more happened recently. Like they didn't announce any of these characters that they are coming. They're making a huge stand in the comic universe, but nothing in the movie universe, I don't think, so to speak. So, but there's so many great first appearances. I mean, they're using all these utilizing these characters a lot in comics right now. On a side note, there's a 1 in 25, there's a 1 in 50 that are both amazing. There's a second print, which is pretty cool. The third print is limited to 1,400 copies, which you might want to be looking at. There's a bunch of variants that are awesome, and there's a 1 in 25 second print, which is a ratio second print. Now, those are pretty rare when that stuff happens, but overall, cool book, cool group. We'll just keep telling you to get this book until it goes to the moon, which I think Princess is speculating that it's going to go to the moon sometime. But Zach, more importantly, what do you think? I can already tell you what I think Zach thinks about this.
So resales, very reasonable price of $75 to $91.
Too low. It's too low.
There's 3,917 CGC 9.8s. 3,902 are universal. 15 of them are signature series. And 0 qualified, 0 restored. So that already tells you that you need to get this book in a signature series, and it would command much more value than the regular, because you can say it's way more limited, technically. And then there's 4,776 graded, so it's really easy to get a 9.8. We actually have 4 out right now that are coming back that probably are 9.8s. I mean, just by the numbers, it looks
they're probably 9.2s.
Yeah, with our luck. So for this price, I mean, this book should be a $200 book, honestly. So you're getting it for $91 as of right now, maybe $75 if you're lucky. Yeah, this is.
It was a $200 book for a little while.
Yeah.
For a short period of time, it was.
It's going to go back to the point. Yes, it's overprinted technically for the time period, and yes, it's it's kind of being overhyped in a little bit, but it's also like cheap right now. So people know about it, but they don't want to pay for it. That's a mistake. You should pay for it right now when it's super cheap, because they're going to go back up to 200, 300 in no time. And
it's kind of one of those obvious good books. Like, you should know that it's a good book, so everyone kind of knows,
Yeah, but it's still so cheap right now.
True.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Guys, get this book.
Very true.
You won't regret it.
You won't regret it. You
as
heard
long
it
as
here.
You don't overpay.
You heard it here. All right. All right. Princess has got a humdinger she's throwing at us for this next one. We have a free comic book day. What? Graded in a 9.8. Princess thinks.
Oh, okay.
Avengers Vs XMen Judgment Day #1 from 2022. This is a recent book. It is a good book to speculate on.
Yeah, she's showing off.
This is the Valero Chitty and Gary Dugan is the creative group on this book. I know. I was like, why do you say this name? Sorry. But this is the first appearance of Bloodline, Brielle, the daughter of Blade. It's a little on the nose there, Bloodline, right?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, this has been a big spec. You got Milan Ray was cast as a 14-year-old character in the Blade movie. Princess is flexing right there. You got the 1 in 1,000 Pete Momoko cover this. I don't even know how there's a 1 in 1,000 of a free comic day, but apparently there is. We did a little research on how that happens. It's kind of ridiculous. But I don't know. That for me personally, I would have said like a year ago that there's no way that they're going to cast a character of a comic book that came out the same year. Like, why would they even have time to do that? But there's something like brewing between like the Marvel comic book universe and the movies. Like, there's things they're like pushing characters in the comics ahead of time, knowing that something's going to happen in the movies. Like, somebody's talking to somebody.
Right.
So like a year ago, I would have said no way this was going to happen. But now I'm a little bit like, maybe, they're doing stuff quicker now. Things are a lot like, I would have said it would have been at least 5-year minimum, if not 10, before things happen in the comics. But they're ahead of the game a little bit. So definitely a cool book. I think the real spec would be that 1 in 1,000. Those are the kind of books. It's an expensive book, but if you have the money to drop now on it and get it out of the way, and something cool happens, this is like one of those 1 in 25 Ultimate Fallout 4s, or like one of those things that like 10 years from now could be
a
$30,000 book if the character's cool. Because like, how many people have that book? They were supposed to be free, but I didn't even see that book anywhere. I don't even know where the princess got that book. But I don't know, Zach. What do you think? What do you think?
Well, I don't have much data on this. Recent sales for a 9.8 for the regular cover is $31 to $127, all over the place. I don't know. I just don't know. I tried looking up in CGC, and if you know the CGC census system, it's sometimes hard to look up certain books. This one's impossible. I tried for like 30 minutes, couldn't get any data, but there can't be that many. Maybe there's only 5. Maybe they just said, whatever, I'm not putting the data up there because there's not enough. I don't know. Can't find the data. I would say that this is a pretty good spec. I mean, Blade's coming, obviously. If you've seen the Eternals movie, he's going to get his own movie. He's going to get his own series. I mean, she might be a little ways down the road because there's so many characters that might need to be introduced before her.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it.
But if she becomes a fan favorite, which she probably will, the book could go crazy. Insane.
I mean, it's a good return. Free. You pay like what, $20 to get it graded, and then you flip it for like $40.
Right.
It's a pretty good return. Some easy money in there to be made.
Right.
Not very many free books that get graded and are worth double.
Yeah.
That's on the low. $40 on the low.
Yeah, very.
You sell for $100. That's a come. That's a huge come up.
127. Yeah, absolutely.
Whoever did that.
You get those games.
That's how you get those games. All right, cool book. All right, and if you know the princess very well, then you would recognize the next book on the list as something she cares for greatly. Yeah, Something's Killing the Children, #1 from 2019. You got some James Tynion goodness on here. This is the original, the cover A. Obviously, first appearance of Erica Slaughter. This book took off, just went crazy when it came out. And I think, it was very, very expensive for a very long time. And as it has continued, I think people thought the story was going to like end at a certain point and that it was going to kind of like retain its value. But I think as the story has gone on, there's been spin-offs, and House of Slaughter I don't think has done as well as the original one. Yeah. The book's obviously like lowered quite a bit, and then there hasn't been any speculation of like a TV show or a movie coming out, which is going to come, and when it does, you're going to be glad you had this book. So, it might be a good time to pick up this cover A. It is still pretty expensive. It's not like a book that everybody can just run out and grab. But if you can, I don't know, maybe we'll get some good information from Zach here, and you can make an educated decision on that.
Oh, absolutely. So recent sales is $828.68 to $850. Not too crazy. Well, it is kind of, but not too crazy. So 2,140 of those are 9.8 of, the books that are 9.8. 1,799 are Universal. 340 are Signature Series.
Wow.
0 qualified. 1 restored.
Well,
I tried to get one in on you. There's 2,985, so majority are 9.8s. So surprisingly, with that dark cover, it's easy to get a 9.8. If you kind of just look, be careful about it. Inspect your book a little bit. It's a brand new book, basically 2019, I believe. And you have a chance. You have a good chance. So here's what I'm thinking. So $800 sounds like a lot of money, but at one point, not that long ago, an Ultimate Fall 4 cover A was about $800. I was going to pull the trigger on it, but then I was like, no, I don't want to do it. Now I regret it because it's like, what, 3,000 plus? 6,000?
It's down to like 26 now. 2,600. Yeah.
2,600.
It was above 3,000.
Yeah. It's like, why did I do it? Why did I not do it? Why? You just like, I don't need it. And then you see the price hike and you're like, I need that book.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people sell that book raw for like $1,200. Yeah, Some's Killing the Children, not that long ago. Now you can buy 9.8 for like $800. So definitely, it might be your if you really like the story, it might be your time. Now's gonna be your time.
We're not done with the list, but I would say if you have the cash, if you are a big baller, shot caller, I don't know.
20-inch blades.
I would get this book. It's going to go up in price. It's going to go up above $1,200. It could get to that 3,000 mark, no problem. I mean, it has a good chance, guys. Get those games.
Yeah, all right. Okay, last but not least on the list, and this is an interesting one. I think I had this book. We have Amazing Spider-Man #2. This is the 2014 run. You got Dan Slott and Humberto Ramos who are working on this run, which is an awesome frickin' run. You got second cameo of Cindy Moon.
Ooh.
And also first Francine Fry, who later becomes the female Electro. So it's actually a double key.
Oh, wow.
In this action. But this is a cool book overall. It's a little bit confusing in this run because there's so many different Silk keys that go along with it. Obviously, you have the big book, #4, which is first Silk, and then there's like, what, Zach, 6 different covers for that book?
Yes.
He's collecting them all, at least 6 different covers.
I'm only missing one now.
Then you got the underrated books that go along with this, which #1 is first...
Cindy Moon.
Yeah, first Cindy Moon, which is, I think, cameo Cindy Moon,
Yeah,
right?
it only shows her.
You have first cameo Cindy Moon, then you have 2 and 3, which are both cameos as well. Then you have #5, which is second appearance of Silk, which is also a big book. There's too many. There's like all these books going along in there. She doesn't get the love she deserves, which one day I think she will. So it's not a bad idea. A lot of these books are all under $10 raw, if not cheaper. So it might not be a bad idea to pick some of them up here and there, stick them in your back bin there, and hang on to them for a while, see what happens. And I don't know, Zach, what do you think about getting this book in a 9.8? And is there very many? I bet there's not very many.
There's not that many. A 9.8 for this book, if you can find it, sells for anywhere from $74.99 to $140. There's 110 CGC 9.8. It's not that many.
Not that many.
99 of them are Universal, and 11 of them are Signature Series. 0 qualified, 0 restored. There's only 126 total graded. Yeah, it's not that many. I would say it's once Silk pops off, and she will, the #4 is going to be at the high.
Yeah.
And then 2, 3, #1, #5, all of these books are going to pop off. So you get any of these books, and especially maybe even this one, because it's actually a double key, like Adam was saying. I mean, I think you'll be doing pretty good. Yeah. And also, there's a Midtown variant that's actually pretty cool with Black Cat on the cover. It's pretty dope.
Of #2?
Of #2.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Oh.
Yeah, it's a very good book. Yeah. That would be mine. Yeah, it's an all buy all the time list. I mean, like I said, if you got the cash, Get that subject skill to children, number one. You will thank me later. And then new Agents of Atlas for the steal of the day.
Yeah, I knew we'd pick that one.
Like 4 or 5 first appearances. And they're going to make a movie or probably TV show. Feige said, he would never lie to you.
That's true.
Ever.
Except when he does.
Except for when he does.
All right, guys, that'll wrap up Time to Buy today. And as always, if you like the show, love the show, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, because we're going live on Wednesdays and we keep going back and forth between 6 and 7 our time. So I should get this down pat, but it just kind of depends on what's going on with the day. And leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of Princess's list. She's interested to hear what you think about her specs. And one other thing today, guys. So today is Saturday, and until the foreseeable future, the Gaines crew will be doing our Whatnot shows on Saturday. We may try to do some pop-ups here and there, depending on how it all goes. But we're having a little bit of success, and we're digging the Whatnot, hanging out with you guys. And so don't forget, today, after this is done watching this, we have 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is the Adam and Zach Show, ComicGains. Make sure you bookmark and follow us. Then the main event, you have Princess of Gaines. It's Princess of Gaines is the show. She's on at 6 p.m. and we'll be in the background hanging out. And we got a lot of cool games. With the Zach and Adam Show, we're trying out new things. We have some lots to sell on this one. It's going to be all DC. All these books that are on the mantle behind us will be available starting at $1. There's some crazy books behind us there, so if you get a chance to take a look at it. We also will be doing a special on our show for DC Universe books. We're going to have these on the back mantle during the show, and any lots that go over $10, you will get to pick a free DC Universe book out to go in your lot.
Yeah. So I will explain it more on the show when we get a chance. If you show it, and you should, because you want to get those games, don't you? Don't you?
Yeah. Anyone that's been on our show, that the books tend to go for pretty cheap. You get some good deals, and we're okay with that because we're trying to give you those gains. But Zach, you got anything else you want to lay down for him?
Yeah, you got to share. How you do that is you have to think of something off the top of your head, right? Last second, like I usually try to do. Sometimes I'm out of it. I can't do it. But you gotta live your life. But you want to spread the love, right? So you go around, get in love with nature, get in love with everything, spread the joy, right? Give out high twos, become Barney, hippie Barney from How I Met Your Mother.
There you go.
Yes, live your life. Live by the book. Live by the book, guys. That's how you get those gains.
All right. Until we see you next time, stay safe and remember.
Get those Barney gains.
High
twos, bruh.
Wait for it, Zach.
We're doing it. All right. Later.